Looking to launch your online store? Spocket helps you build your dropshipping store in just 5 minutes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Contest of Speed AM3 as they take on the 5.807 kilometer circuit at the Suzuka International Racing Course in Japan. It's got 18 corners and one DRS zone, and that is on the start, finish straight down to turn one. I am the Johnny Damon, and alongside me tonight is Cost Mindset. How are we doing tonight, Mindset?
Good, man. Good. I'm really excited to get this going again. Round one, AM3. This is where it all matters.
Yeah, absolutely. I am looking forward to this race. I think it's going to be very interesting. Quali, I'm not exactly sure how we're looking in quali, and it is a dry qualifying, so we're going to see probably some dry setups come out in hopes that we have a dry race. But um, do you have your eye on anybody tonight who to keep an eye out for?
Um, yeah. I think Pablo had a good showing last time. I honestly, it's probably rough that I can't really remember who won last time. Maybe someone in the chat's gonna have to remind me. But yeah, Pablo was great. The Alfa Romeos were great. Unfortunately for Paulin, he got a penalty later in the race, which would drop him down. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. The Haas's also as well are pretty good. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with a lot of these folks here in the AM3 side, but I know SR Racing was doing a lot of practice earlier on trying to get his time down in time trial. He managed to get it down to a 127.2, I believe is what he said, but he wasn't able to touch it again. So that seems like he's got some pretty decent pace, but across the field, I'm not very familiar with very many drivers, but Red Arrow, I know I've seen him a few times. M1K, I've seen him as well. And Gustavo, there's a few of them I've seen in here, but I'm not too familiar. So I'm looking forward to this race. Who are we going to jump on board with here for lap or the first out lap?
Right now I'm on one of the Haas's of Red Arrow. He had a great showing last week. I got P2, I believe. I think it would be interesting to go on board with him, see what he's bringing to this race in Suzuka.
Absolutely. Would you like me to call his first lap, or would you like to take
Now
that away?
you can take the reins. First time in the booth in AM3 this season. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So right now, we got Red Arrow is coming around 130R, heading towards Casio Triangle, which is going to be the final three corners on this Japanese circuit. Turns 16, 17, and 18. Now he's going to get the throttle down, get the power down, keeps it a little wide on the exit. That's going to maintain his speed, give him top speed all the way down the main straight, heading towards turn one. He's reaching about 204 miles per hour is where he tops out going into turn one and two. Holds it nice and close down to the inside of turn two, misses the curb of three. Now he does ride the curb on four. Hopefully he didn't get a little squirrely there, coming around turn six into seven. This left-hander uphill, you can actually lose the car very easy here. You want to keep it off that outside curb. Making his way into turn eight. This section of the track is very fast. You'll see a lot of guys downshift. There's probably going to be a few that will go off the circuit. He's got some traffic in front of him coming off the hairpin of 11, making his way towards Spoon. He's coming through 200R with the Red Bull being in his way there. That kind of interfered with him heading towards Spoon. Lost some time, I'm sure. Let's see how his ride through Spoon is. Keeps it within track limits, so he is still on pace here to set a nice lap for himself. He's got this AlphaTauri at the 130R. He's not going to affect him at all here. Making his way towards Casio Triangle, purple sector 2 at a 112.3. So that's the first driver to be able to complete sector 2 here. All the way down to third gear into Casio. Rides the entrance curve of turn 16 and 17. Now comes across the line and sets a 129.063.
Good benchmark time for Red Arrow right there. Looks like we have a McLaren crossing the line. Chubb starting his lap right there.
ASAP log, he's going to come across right now with a 129.127. That's going to put him in P2. Gru comes across with a 129.9, and then SR Racing 130.1. Let's see, we got
Shorzy going
some.
through the Casio triangle right now. Looks like it could be a decent lap. Actually, maybe not. Actually, never mind. I lied. Shorzy coming to the line now. It's going to be tight between him and Red Devil, maybe. Shorzy, there you go. Takes it by just about not even a tenth.
Yeah, nice lap by
M1K
Shorzy.
taking
And
it back.
absolutely, M1K has taken pole away by about 53 hundredths of a second right there, so he's pretty close with Shorzy, and then right behind him is Red Arrow. That's the top three. They're all about a tenth and a half, and Pablo plays, puts
There you
5
go,
tenths
Pablo.
on the guys in P2.
Pablo didn't come to play.
No, he did not come to play tonight. He's got a half a second gap over MK and P2. Let's see who's coming across the line. There's a Haas, but I believe he's actually going to go
I think
into
that's
pit
Chubb.
lane.
Yeah, Chubb right behind him. Looks like he's about to finish his lap here. Looks to be on for a good lap right here. Coming to the line now.
Chubb,
Takes P2. Less than a tenth again. Man, these
yeah,
top
nice
guys are
lap.
close.
Nice lap by Chubb there. He moves up to P2 on the grid. Let's see. We got a Red Bull just crossed the line. A Wet Wizard, and he's P11, so he wasn't able to get anything on that lap. We got the Alpine of Angeligos. He comes across with a 130.5, puts himself inside the top 10.
Entree coming across the line now. Puts himself P8. Not a bad lap from him. Inside the top 10.
Yeah, great lap by Electric Entree. Who we got next coming towards the line? It looks like we got an Aston Martin here of Chipman. He's going to be starting a lap. So Whitjay, Purple Sector 2 at a 112.2. Making his way towards Casio Triangle now. All the way down to second gear. He's going to use the curb in turn 17. Tries to tuck it to the inside, but it goes a little wide. Exit of 18 comes across P5 with a 129.054, so he is 0.09 or he's 0.009 thousandths of a second ahead of Red Arrow there for the P5 position.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Chubb is going again, and he's almost 6 tenths up into the Casio triangle right now. Chubb looking for a fire lap right here. Swinging it around the last curve to the line. Chubb takes P1 by about, what is that, 6 tenths?
Yeah, what a great lap by Chubb. He's got about 5 tenths right there. So another half a second to Pablo Plays in P2.
Paulin starting his lap, seeing if he can get a time on the board to put him up maybe under the top 10. See where it puts him. We got yellows now.
Yeah,
Looks
Chipman went around in turn 11 off the hairpin. He spun out.
Chubb off the track as well. I think he's just getting out of the way though.
See here. I'm riding on board with Paul and Hell. He is coming off a turn 7 now, making his way towards turn 8. Really fast right-hander. Keeps it within the track limits all the way down to third gear in turn 9, making his way up the hill towards turn 10 and 11 where the hairpin is. He's got some traffic in front of him of the Mercedes. Not exactly sure who that is, but the Mercedes gets out of the way, coming towards R200, making, or 200R. Sorry, I know Death Storm's probably paying attention. Making their way into Spoon off of turn 14. He's got this very long back straight heading towards Casio Triangle. Just barely keeps it within track limits off of the exit of 14. Got this long straight and now 130 yards coming right up. He's at 193 miles an hour. Going to be topping out at about 189 going into turn 16 and 17 of Casio Triangle off the exit. Tries to tuck it to the inside, opens up that DRS, crosses the line, and 8 with a 129.4.
Yeah, absolutely. Good lap by Paulin. Puts him in the top 10.
And Zenke coming around Casio Triangle right now. Let's see where he's going to put himself. He looks like he's got a good lap going, 129.8, so he's sitting P11. We're still waiting on Speedy Bullet, Chipman, and Nick AC30 to put down a lap. It looks like Nick is about to start his first lap of qualifying here. Not exactly sure if he was just struggling to get his setup right in the garage or if he just wanted to wait for some track evolution, but he opens up that DRS flap, making a run down to turn 1. He is going to have some traffic in front of him possibly later in his lap. Hopefully this traffic doesn't hinder him at all. Off of the exit of 2, uses a little bit of that outside exit curb, now coming through 3, 4, and 5. Going to keep it off the curb here. Right on board with him up the hill of turn 7. Does not hit that outside curb. Now he's making a run towards turn 8 and 9. This fast right-hander here. Still within the track limits. Down into turn 9 there. He's got a lot of traffic in front of him and he manages to squeeze right through there. But I think he did lose some time making his way up to the hairpin of 11 off the exit. Gets the throttle down early. Now he's pushing towards Spoon, coming around 200R as we speak. Double shift down into 5th gear. Does not use a lot of that outside curb off of 14 now. He's got all of the exit curb off of 14. He's got 130R coming up right in front of him, making a run towards Casio Triangle to get a good first lap down. 111.4 through sector 2, so that looks pretty solid for him at the moment. Heavy on the brakes all the way down to 3rd gear. Into Casio Triangle here off the exit, gets the power down extremely early, tucks it down to the inside by the pit lane wall, opens up the DRS and comes across with a 128.0. So at the moment he is 2/10 off of Chubb Tucker.
Yeah, his teammate Speedy right behind him puts himself up in a P6. Both of them didn't have a time. Very good laps by those two to put himself 2nd and 6th right here. They got to be happy with that.
Great laps by Chubb and Speedy, the Williams team, and it looks like, if I am seeing this correctly, well, you got the Alfa Romeos and the Williams team is the only 2 teams with both of their drivers inside the top 10 at the moment. I was on board with Chipman. He did go a little deep into turn 1 and 2, and it seems to be struggling right now in sector 2. As he's making his way up into 10 and the hairpin of 11. Heavy on the brake, the 2nd gear. Gets on the power early. Shifting up through the gears, making his way towards 200R now. You can definitely tell he is on pad. Coming into Spoon. See how well he gets an exit off of Spoon. He's going to try and tuck it, but he goes a little wide through Spoon, so he's going to struggle on this lap. See where he manages to put himself here at the end of his lap. Coming down through 130R into Casio Triangle. He had a 113.9 through sector 2. Heavy on the brakes all the way down into 2nd gear of Casio Triangle. Uses the curb of 17, tries to tuck it to the inside, and he goes to pit lane.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder if he was just pushing to get into the pit quicker. Looks like we got about 5.5 minutes left here of quali. It's definitely been interesting so far. Looks like, I don't know, the field's pretty even. Chubb is the only one to get into the 127s. He got in there by a decent margin. Red Arrow right behind, as well as Nick. Nick only like 4 thousandths behind Red Arrow. Really tight between those guys. Pablo did leave the session, but he is sitting P4.
I'm getting him now. Got him. Just sent him an invite.
We have crossing the line right now. The Merc of ASAP Loggy going to the pits. Looks like we have a Haas. Both Haas's. Oh no, Red Arrow. Looks like he's going to dive into the pits. Get ready for his last lap. 4 minutes now left. Yeah, in the pits he goes. For Red Bull next to come across the line of Wet Wizard. Looks like he might be diving into the pits or something happened on his lap. Let's see if he finishes it. He will finish his lap. It's not going to do anything, but he doesn't improve. So maybe he's going to go again.
Yeah. Makes me wonder if he is doing a double outlap here to get those tires up to... Whoa, he really struggled into turn 1. Yeah, that's going to cost him. his second lap here. He's going to have to try and get around the circuit and back into pit lane as we're approaching 4 minutes left in
And
qualifying
Shorzy
here.
spins in the wall. Luckily, it was his rear wing that hit the wall. No damage, I believe, for him. He got really lucky with that. Hopefully, he stays out of the way of his teammate coming up right behind him. Which he does. He gets out of the way nicely for him. It's kind of tight, but
Yeah.
Angel through the S's now. Can he keep it clean?
Angel off.
We'll go on board
Yeah,
with
he
him.
got that outside curb there off of 7.
Yeah. Nobody really in front of him. Oh, he went out really wide there, but it actually didn't give him a penalty. He kept it in the track limits. The only car ahead of him that could give him trouble is that Red Bull, but I think they'll probably get out of the way. Don't want any unwanted penalties in race 1 of AM3.
Absolutely, and Angel is making his way towards Spoon now. He's going to get all the way into 6th gear. Not able to get the front of that car to rotate. Gets on the curb off of 14. Costs himself a lot of time off the exit of turn 14. I don't think he's going to have enough time to go into pit lane and put on a new set of tires. So I believe he's 3.5 tenths off of his time at the moment. He's got to have a fantastic Casio triangle if he wants to be able to improve on his time here. Coming through turn 17, now 18. Going to try and tuck it down to the inside. He might be going for another lap. Wonder if he has enough fuel. And unkempt or Arc got disqualified from the session, apparently going the wrong way.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I think he maybe got beached on the curb at the hairpin.
Yeah, he got beached.
It's unfortunate for him if that's what happened. His AI pulls off the track. Ooh, and we have a Ferrari spinning in the back. Looks like it's Easy 10 and Pablo got into it.
Oh no, we're in qualifying, folks.
Yeah, right. Let's see if he stays out of the way.
Pulling back on the track too, right there. But
yeah,
luckily he was able to get it out of the way of everybody coming around the corner. Now he's got an Alpine approaching him right now off of 11. Gonna stick to the outside, so that Alpine's got the inside line.
It's the Alpine at Angel. He is blinking, so I don't think Angel is on a lap, but his teammate behind, let's see if Shorzy is on a lap. Shorzy may be on a lap. Actually, Angel might be on a lap. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, Angel did the same thing in turn 14. Again, right there, got on the inside curb and got himself a little sideways. And Shorzy just came through Spoon, but there was a Ferrari in his way. I'm not exactly sure if he was hindered. He is 6 tenths down off of his lap time.
Yeah, and looks like, I don't think...
Chubb Tucker.
Unless he has the fuel, Shorzy's quality is over.
Absolutely. Keep an eye on Chubb Tucker right now. He is 4 tenths up, set of purple, sector 1, making a way. Turn 11. Keeps it in the middle of the hairpin there. Gets a nice exit off of 11, making his way through 200R here, heading towards Spoon. Going to give it all he got through Spoon. Let's see if he can hold this car nice and tight to the inside. Here comes Chubb. He's coming off. He gets a little loose off the exit of 14, making his way down this very long straight, heading towards 130R.
7 tenths. He's lighting up the timesheets. Can he get into the 26s?
Chubb Tucker. Is Chubb Tucker going to be the only driver to hit 126 into Casio Triangle? He's looking for a perfect exit. He got on the power extremely early. He slides it to the outside. That's going to cost him some time. He manages to get in.
He improves by over a second. What a lap.
Full second by Chubb there going into Casio. And off the exit, he got that power down so early, he was able to get a great run.
Improved by 2 seconds to put him up to P4. Great lap by him. But, yeah, I don't want to say it too early, but I think Chubb just secured P1 right there.
Absolutely, Chubb's looking very good. Following along board with Nick AC30 as he's coming off of Casio, crosses the line. He does not improve. M1K does not improve as well. Speedy Bullet, he's 3 tenths up on his time. Let's see, ASAP Loggy making his way. He's a half a second up on his time into Casio Triangle now. He's in P11. He might be able to jump up to P6 if he has a great exit off of Casio. Is he going to put himself up the grid? He does. ASAP Loggy goes to P6, just like I called it.
We got Speedy Bullet now, 5/10 up, coming into the Casio triangle now, keeping it clean, hopefully. It's on the power early.
Hopefully. Yeah, he's looking to take P5 away from Pablo Players. Is he going to be able to get it? No, he does not, but he was 12 hundredths off. Yeah, 12 hundredths of a second off.
Paulin 6/10 up. Paulin goes P8 right above his teammate. Teammate's really close. Looks like Electric Entree next across the line.
Ooh, Electric Entree. He was up a tenth and a half through Sector 2 and crossed the line down 0.006 of a second.
Red Arrow just pits, and there's your quali. Oh, and Zenki gets an unfortunate penalty. I think that's really rough since his AI was taken over there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they want to do in regards to that unfortunate penalty he received.
Look at this train. That's unfortunate for Zenki. Nothing he can do if that's his AI.
Oh, yeah. I'm watching the stream right now. That is so unfortunate for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, I am keeping an eye on the AM3 chat. I'm not seeing anything come through. We're just waiting on Chubb Tucker's car to get put into the garage. So I'm not sure if Zenki was actually able to take his car, because he said, "What is my AI on?" I'm not sure if he knew how to grab his car from the spectator menu there. But in the meantime, qualifying has wrapped up. We got Chubb Tucker at the top, Red Arrow in P2. Right behind him, he's 1.2 seconds off. But right behind him is Nick AC, 12 hundredths of a second. Actually, am I reading that right? It's 4 thousandths of a second, apparently.
Where? Who?
So very close between Red Arrow and Nick AC, 30.
Yeah.
SR Racing P4, Pablo 5, Speedy Bullet 6, ASAP 7, Paulin Hell 8, M1K 9th, Shorzy 10th, Easy 10 11th, Wit J 12th, King 13th, Chipman 14th, Electric Entree, Zenki, and I don't remember the rest of the grid.
All good. Happened really quick there.
You already got it. You got it all. So it looks like we are going to have a dry race here where we are just waiting for the lobby to get going green. I'm not seeing any chat about this 5-place grid penalty, so I think we're just going to roll from here. Put your predictions in chat. Let us know who we think is going to win here in the AM3. Boone coming out saying Chubb is cracked. Elite is saying Chubb is a 10th off of his TT time, so that's pretty close. Elite also saying Chubb is sandbagging, so we'll have to put them two. We got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5.
Go on board with somebody here in the midfield.
Great jump. It looks like the Haas of Red Arrow got a better jump than Chubb on the outside, heading towards turn 1. Chubb was wow.
Mercedes
Chubb
goes
went
off
wide.
track, and what's going on?
Spin going on here in the back, I think. No, it looks like everybody's okay.
No, we have Gru and Shorzy causing a VSC. Wonder what happened back here.
Yeah, we got no wing on Gru. And Shorzy, I'm not exactly sure. Shorzy has his whole wing, so Gru is the only one that lost his wing there.
Maybe ran into the back of
real quick.
Shorzy. Yeah,
we don't really have a rainbow of tires on the grid. We got only 2 drivers starting on the hard tires, everybody else on mediums and soft. So what is your prediction here in regards to strategy for these soft runners?
Right now, for the soft runners, looks like it could be a 2-stop based off the tire strategy that we just saw. But this VSC definitely helps them slightly to keep them tires good. Chubb definitely needs to either get past Red Arrow or stay with him and stay in his DRS. Because if he can, hopefully Red Arrow can pull him along with those mediums once they get better. So, yeah, the soft runners, I'm not actually sure what the best strategy is around here, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see. VSC is done, though. Let's see what happens, see if we have any moves coming in.
Yeah, going into
The Casio Triangle.
right
Williams side by side with Pablo. Nick and Pablo touch. Pablo gives enough room, backs off. Nick gets the move done up into P3 for Nick.
Yeah, great move into Casio Triangle. And what
Chubb.
is the McLaren doing there?
Chubb goes on the grass.
Yeah. And SR Racing has overtaken Pablo, and so has an ASAP Loggies, and now EZ10's overtaken M1K, and M1K is under
going crazy
attack from
back
Electric
here.
Entree.
Yeah, Electric Entree, M1K, great battling by these guys. M1K coming back at Entree around the outside. Can he stick it? M1K still there. Entree leaves the room.
Going up, turn 7. This is where it's going to get extremely tight. Is turn 8 and 9. Everybody's getting back into single file here. Great. Oh, and Alpine that went off the back of Angel. He kind of mounted the curve and just went sliding off the back. Unkempt arc slid going into turn 9. So he is going to have to make up some ground.
VSC.
And we got another virtual safety car.
Wow. Oh, and Nick actually got past Red Arrow. Red Arrow dropping back just slightly on those mediums, hoping to stay with those soft runners. Let's go back to position change. Looks like Zenki up 5 positions. He is the biggest winner so far, starting last after his unfortunate 5-place grid penalty. Grew dropping 7, as well as Shorzy. Nick up 1, Red Arrow dropped. Loggy making his way up. Entree, middle of the field, 4 places. So hopefully he can keep his reign going. Oh, and Red Arrow just spins on Casio Triangle under VSC. Did he get tapped? I'm honestly not sure.
I'm not sure. Red Arrow doesn't seem too happy. That cost him 9 grid positions there in Casio Triangle, so now he's all the way back down to P11.
And the 2 leaders really far out in front of everybody, hoping Nick and Chubb, hoping that they can work together maybe and pull away from this pack and secure a podium for both of them.
Yeah, hopefully soon the virtual safety car will be coming back.
This is a long virtual safety car.
Yeah, this is the longest one so far, all the way into turn 7.
Oh,
here.
so many drive-throughs given out.
Everybody's getting drive-throughs
1, 2,
there
3,
under
4,
the
5, 6
car.
drive-throughs given out right there. Paulin unfortunately gets a drive-through. Entree looked pretty decent this weekend, getting an unfortunate drive-through. That's not good at all for any of them.
Absolutely, and Nick AC30 is looking to put the attack on Chubb Tucker here for the lead. Chubb seemed to get a better exit off of turn 11, making their way through 200R, heading towards Spoon now. And it looks like Chubb Tucker is going to be able to maintain that position, but ASAP Loggy is in the gearbox of SR Racing in P3.
Red Arrow also did make his pass on Entree, moving himself up into points positions. Loggy, yeah, looking for a move now on SR Racing, maybe into 130R. No, he stays off, maybe looking for a move into the Casio Triangle, or waiting until DRS. DRS should come on this lap since it was only VSCs.
Yeah, so ASAP Loggy is all over that gearbox. SR Racing
Easy
and Easy
10.
10 gets for 10 seconds. That's very unfortunate for Easy 10.
What he did there. Speedy Bullet with the fastest lap. Looks like go back on board with Loggy. Loggy stayed behind. Oh, SR Racing. Tony hawked on the curb, unfortunately for him. Loses 2 positions.
Made a small mistake, and that allowed Loggy to overtake him, and now has lost a position to Pablo Plays as well, and now Speedy Bullet is putting on the pressure on SR Racing coming up through turn 7. Pablo Plays and ASAP Loggy just went side by side in 7 as well, and Pablo Plays is overtaking him.
Red Arrow got past
overtaking Easy 10. The Ferraris of Whitjay and Easy 10 are battling back here in P9 and 10.
Grew and the Haas taking the fastest lap. SR Racing does lock up and go deep into the hairpin, letting Speedy by. It's a nice easy move for Speedy, hoping that he can he's hoping that he can get all his moves like that.
Absolutely, and I just jumped on board with Electric Entree as a Yellow flag in turn 6. It looked like Electric Entree got that car turned around and landed in the gravel trap, but now he has gone back straight. And we'll see where he's gonna cost him for his race, but hopefully
Zenke
he
looking
finds
for a
some
move
time.
into 130R, stays back right in the gearbox of Easy 10. Chubb with the fastest lap. Is he going to go for a move into Casio? Easy goes defensive. Zenke looking for a move. Zenke trying to go for the switchback. Loses his rear end, but oh, Easy 10 going into the pits to serve his drive-through. All our drive-through runners are going to have to serve a, I think, next lap at the latest, which they will get DQ'd, so... Speedy did get past ASAP. Sorry about that.
You're good. So I'm just trying to... ASAP is still on the gearbox of Speedy, but yeah, Speedy did overtake him into P4. We got 2 Williams drivers in the top 5 here, so looking for some good points as long as they can carry it to the end. M1K is trying to put the pressure on SR Racing as well.
Yeah, he's right there. Let's see if he goes for a move into the hairpin. He's right on the back of him. Stays behind, probably waiting for the DRS. A smart move from M1K. Loggy still all over the back of Speedy. Maybe gonna look for a move into 130R if he gets a good exit here.
Just a little too much on that.
Gets onto the curb and he spins.
Yeah.
Comes back onto the track. Luckily, he's ghosted. That would not have been good if he was not ghosted. He just loses so many spots there.
Yeah, he's still sitting there. Now that car back on the circuit here.
M1K
nobody really
might be the
M1K.
one to get a move here on SR Racing. Oh yeah, SR Racing goes into the pits, early pit. I don't think he had a drive-through or anything, so maybe those softs are dying a lot quicker than we really thought.
Yeah, he pitting pretty early off the soft tires, but M1K did get the DRS down the straight, so now he's 3.1 seconds off a Speedy Bullet. We'll see if he's able to gain any time over the period of the lap.
Yeah, and Chubb has a 2.5 second gap to Nick in second place. He's really cooking right here.
Yeah, and Goose was able to overtake Wet Wizard and SR going. Schwarzy just got a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit. Wet Wizard is the only one besides Red Arrow. Wet Wizard's all over the back of Gustavo at the moment.
Yeah, I see that.
Paul and Hell overtake ASAP Loggy, and Loggy has spun off of turn 7, that uphill left-hander. Like I did say during qualifying, you can lose your car very easy there, and he has proven me
just getting
correct.
worse for Loggy. Looks like Electric Entree has spun as well.
Yeah, Electric Entree in the exact same spot of Loggy up the hill of the left-hand turn 7. He went around as well.
Red Arrow, though, also right on the back of M1K. Red Arrow is on the mediums, M1K on the softs. See if M1K dives into the pits. No, he keeps it out of the pits. We definitely have a move on right here. DRS open, long run to turn 1. Red Arrow pulls to the side, gets it done, pulls back over before the corner. Easy move. That was traditional, baby.
Absolutely, Red Arrow did a great job just making sure he used that DRS to his advantage. Now he's got to pull through Sector 1 and 2. M1K cannot stay on him. But it looks like M1K might be a little bit stronger in Sector 1 coming up this left-hander. Both of them are able to keep it straight, but M1K has closed the gap to less than 2/10. Look to the inside of turn 7, but decides not to go for the move.
Sorry about this. Gru is making a move down in the back of the field on unkempt. Gets it done, his teammate. Hopefully seeing his teammate Red Arrow making moves. Hopefully giving him I don't know, what's the word? I'm not sure. Hopefully it's inspiring him to work his way back up the field. Shorzy retires from the session in the pits.
Yep, Shorzy is the first DNF of the night here in AM3, but M1K is still all over the Red Arrow as we're making our 130R. Is Red Arrow going to hold him off? Casio Triangle is a key overtake in place.
Oh!
And it looks like, he won go for it, but he got a little trying to dive back to the inside there. He's gonna get the DRS here down this main start finish straight. Is he gonna complete a pass going into turn one? He's closing, less than 3/10, dives to the inside. He is not gonna be able to
decides to
complete
hold
that pass.
back.
I'm wondering if he backed off because of the yellow flag
Oy,
that was holding it up.
okay.
There's
That could have been
ghosting
real
there,
bad.
but wow.
Unlucky.
Alpine.
Unlucky for M1K there. I think he thought that it wasn't going to ghost, and he definitely probably lost a little bit of time. But going back to the turn one, I think M1K is thinking his tires are dying, and Red Arrow does have the advantage, and he thinks he can probably stay in his DRS, so he's hoping that he can get pulled along by Red Arrow, which is pretty smart.
Yeah, they're both on different tires, so yeah, I mean, okay, it would be very smart to hang on to the back of him here. He's probably going to be looking about, I'd say, anywhere between lap 10 and 12 to get off those softs. He can make it to the end on mediums, but you just got to keep those tires going for another 2 to 4 laps.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like this is the closest battle on track right now. The two Aston Martins are really close together, maybe working together. Yeah. Looks like maybe, not sure. Looks like we have a Pablo
Nick AC goes into pit lane.
unkempt with a 3-second time penalty. All of our drive-through runners. M1K actually, never mind, going for the move, gets it done before turn one pretty easily. Get to see if maybe he can pull away from Red Arrow. Maybe he got out of the graining phase of those tires, and now they're a lot better than what they were a few laps ago.
Absolutely nice move by M1K. He is looking stronger through sector one. He's already about 0.1 of a second ahead of Red Arrow, but I believe Red Arrow has more straight line speed, so he is going to catch him.
Yeah.
Coming off of the hairpin of turn 11, but now he's outside that 1 second DRS range, so he's got to find some time here.
Yeah, M1K's really broken away here from Red Arrow out of nowhere. Red Arrow I don't really think was expecting it, or maybe he's out of battery.
Ooh,
and M1K gets loose off at the exit, letting Red Arrow back in. I bet Red Arrow's really happy about that.
Yeah, Red Arrow's got that DRS now on M1K, so M1K's got to get a power down early. Turn 14 of Spoon. And here comes Red Arrow. He is putting on the charge now. Less than 4/10 right now, heading towards 130R.
To try and break the toe. Red Arrow looking to maybe get, no, he holds off right here into the Castillo triangle. Smart move to stay in keep DRS. M1K getting loose again. Doesn't go in the pits. Trying to extend this this tire. Let's see how old. It's okay. So
side by side action into turn one, and it looks like Red Arrow was able to 1K. So a great move by Red Arrow going down turn one to overtake into that P4 position. We got quite the battle between these two folks.
Yeah, that was
Chipman
tight.
has caught Nick AC 30 here, so or either that or Nick just passed Chipman. I think Nick passed Chipman.
And Zenke for Aston Martin also pitting. Looks maybe Aston splitting the strategy and Chip coming in. Oh, and Wet Wizard speeding and pit lane penalty. That really hurts for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Wet Wizard.
Who is that? Is that? No, it's. Oh, I'm not sure what happened with Jay. It looked like. Oh, never mind. I'm just a little bit dumb. I was thinking the Alfa Romeo red was Ferrari red for a second.
Oh no.
M1K is still on the back of Red Arrow though. M1K's got to be really enjoying this.
Yeah, M1K, he's 4.5 off of Red Arrow coming through 130R, heading towards Castillo Triangle. He's not going to be close enough to make a move down the inside, turns 16 and 17. But he's going to get that power down, still on the soft. He actually cuts it down to the inside. So I'm going to ride on board with M1K at the moment to see what tires he puts on if you have a different battle you're seeing.
Looks like the only battle I really see right now on track is between Angel and Unkempt. We'll go on board with him for a second. Down the inside and Spoon, they do make contact. They don't spin though. Angel with a little bit of a dive into Spoon. Looks like maybe Unkempt going to come back through 130R, goes to the inside. We're going to get a 130R move here. Is Angel going to keep it around the outside? He's going to try to. Angel goes off track. Angel is blinking, still side by side into the Casio triangle.
Oh.
Unkempt hits the grass and off he goes. Not going to be able to stop once you hit the grass, and he gets a time penalty for it. I'm sure he's going to report that to the stewards. He's not going to be very happy with that.
Absolutely. Stewards will be taking a look at that one into Casio triangle for Unkempt. But in the meantime, M1K came out on a fresh set of medium tires, and he is already putting pressure on SR Racing.
Yeah, let's see if M1K is going to be pushing through the field, and let's see if Red Arrow responds. He is on the mediums, but I'm not sure how much more. Actually, that's pretty dumb, but I assume the mediums probably go till 15, 16. What do you think?
Yeah, you can definitely do a medium soft strategy here. Probably get those mediums go to about lap 15 or 16 and then box for a set of softs to the end. He could also box about now and go with a set of hards to give him a little bit overall better race pace all the way to the end, because those softs are going to die, and once they die, you're losing a lot of time.
Yeah, absolutely. M1K probably looking to make a move right here on SR Racing. His teammate Paul in Hell right in front of him. Paulin, I don't believe, is pit yet, so.
It looked like Zenki made a move on Gustavo into Casio Triangle, so now he is making a run down the main straight as Gustavo has gone into pit lane. Easy 10 and Chipman side by side going into turn 1. It looks like Chipman was able to overtake him with no problem.
Let's go back to this 4-person train, though, with M1K to Speedy Bullet, 9th to 6th. M1K is definitely hurting at this, getting held up by this train. This really hurts for him.
Yeah, and I think this is not really helping out Paul either, because he's got a lot of pressure of trying to hold off SR Racing, but also help out his teammate.
SR Racing goes
a little
deep.
wide,
Paulin.
and here comes M1K. He's able to get a better
almost
run.
touched right there. And
SR
SR Racing into the wall. I don't think he lost the tire, but his wing is gone. Only a VSC. Third one. And Red Arrow with the luckiest VSC of his life, right as he's passing the pit lane. Pablo as well, though, in the pits. Pablo with a great pit right there. Chubb is definitely mad at that. Chubb pitting from first. Looks like he might still come out first, actually.
Chubb is going to stay out. Nick AC30 has taken over the lead, but here's the question. What's the tire difference? You got Nick AC30 on 4-lap mediums, Chubb on 1-lap mediums, and then you got a fresh set of hards on Red Arrow.
M1K. Oh, Chubb and Nick, the 2 leaders get drive-throughs.
Oh, no.
Oh,
that's
my
very
God.
Unfortunate for you.
And Pablo has to see this and be so ecstatic. Pablo has to be so happy. And yeah, M1K coming out behind Red Arrow. I'm sure he's not too happy with that.
Absolutely. Speedy Bullet is all over the gearbox of Red Arrow here off of 7. M1K is also right behind him, so we got a little bit of a 3-car battle here for P4.
Red Arrow also, I just noticed he did he go on the, yes, he did. No, Red Arrow went hards. Okay, Red Arrow did go hards. I thought he went softs, and I was going to say it's going to be tough for him to get those softs all the way to the end. But it's actually unbelievable. The 2 leaders, the 2 guys with the best pace that we've seen so far this weekend, both get drive-throughs on the same lap for speeding under VSC. That hurts. That hurts.
Absolutely. Luckily for them, they do have quite a gap all the way to 7, so they are going to come out behind M1K. And I believe
Chubb takes his drive-through. Nick decides to go on. Entree with the 3-second time penalty. His weekend's just getting worse and worse down there in 19th. Let's go back to the train with M1K. See if we can get a move here. Maybe Speedy Bullet's going to look for a move on Red Arrow. DRS is still activated. DRS open for Speedy Bullet. Coming down into turn 1. Is he going to make the dive? He looks for a move. Stays behind
Not
wisely.
close enough. Yeah, he wasn't close enough for a move going down into turn 1. Now he's going to follow him for another lap, but Whitjay was able to overtake Chubb before Chubb was able to come out of pit
Chip
lane.
and
So now
Zenke,
Chubb's going to have a little
teammates.
bit of traffic.
Looking to go side by side into turn 1. Zenke just gives it up to his teammate. Great teamwork by them. Zenke actually goes off track for a second onto the grass, letting Easy 10 get into DRS. I think this 3-car train is the best we have right now.
Yeah, Speedy Bullet's outside that DRS right now. Red Arrow, he's got to find some time here if he wants to keep that DRS and help hold off M1K, but M1K is keeping Speedy Bullet within 8/10 here, making our way through 200, heading towards Spoon. Is he going to gain any time off the exit of Spoon? Speedy Bullet is now back under that 1 second mark. It's just a matter of Red Arrow on the Casio triangle, but they are going to hit that DRS detection point right before turn 16.
Just want to point out, Chubb going for a move on Whitjay through 130R. Chubb does come out P6, about 5 seconds behind M1K, but he's about Pablo, or Nick actually takes his drive through. Pablo has a demanding lead in this race right now.
Absolutely, Pablo's in a great spot at the moment.
M1K falling out of DRS is Speedy Bullet.
Yeah, Chubb at the moment is 15 seconds off the back. Pablo plays, and then where Nick comes out, and Nick actually comes out 12 and a half seconds off the back of Pablo plays. So he came out
two seconds in front of Chubb. Yeah.
Good 2 seconds as well.
SR Racing sets the fastest lap down there in P13. Won't get a point for it unless he gets into the top 10. But there's still a long race to go. We are past halfway, just about.
I'm riding along with Speedy Bullet. You've got M1K, who's about 6/10 off the back of him. So now M1K is looking to put the attack on. He wants to get that move done soon because he's got to deal with Red Arrow in front of him. And by the looks of it, Red Arrow seems to have very good pace at the time being, so M1K wants to get this move made fast.
Angel goes off the track down in the Lesmos, comes on almost unsafely, almost taking out SR Racing. SR Racing does move up though. Back to M1K. This train is going to be going on for quite some time. M1K hoping to get a move on soon since he is on the mediums and his tires will be worse than the hards at the end of the race. Chubb though, Chubb making a move on Nick. Chubb caught up really quick to Nick. Caught like 2.5 seconds.
On the charge at the moment. He set the fastest lap that time through. The
M1K though,
making a charge.
almost pushing Speedy Bullet through the S's here. Red Arrow making his run right now, 1.5 seconds away from Speedy Bullet. M1K all over the back of Bullet. He is not liking this.
Yeah, M1K is hoping to push Speedy Bullet into a mistake of his own, and it doesn't look like he's going to get it through turn 7. In the meantime, I was looking at ERS, man. Nick AC30 has 65% ERS, and Chubb is under 20%. So
Okay, so that explains
it.
it.
Is going to have better.
Oh, Nick just needs to stay with Chubb though. I mean, what is Pablo on? Can you tell me what Pablo's on? Just living life up there in first, 8-second
Pablo
gap.
is living life so well that he has 90% ERS left.
Yeah, I bet Pablo is really enjoying life up there. No traffic, just nice fresh air for his tires, and just chill.
Absolutely.
Chubb and onto the back of M1K now. We now have a 4-car train now. Unless Speedy can get in the DRS of
Chubb.
Red Arrow, this might let M1K and maybe Chubb by. Let's see how aggressive Chubb gets. Chubb is blinking though. What is M1K at?
M1K has less than 20% as well.
Okay, Chubb
so
going
here
for the
goes
move.
Chubb.
M1K trying to hold it around the
turn one.
outside. Doesn't get it. Chubb pushing on forward now. Chubb up to P4 after his drive-through. Almost back into the podium positions.
That's a speedy bullet now at 37% battery. Got Chubb all over gearbox here. He's going to try and hold him off to these final 11 laps for podium position. Unkempt Arc with another 3-second time penalty, so very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, the bottom 5 drivers all have penalties of some sort, with Zenke the highest up with a penalty. Easy is pitting, dropping himself out of the top 10, seeing if maybe he can go on softs for maybe a fastest lap. I'm not sure what tires he is on right now. But Pablo, I just noticed, Pablo is slowly gaining time on Red Arrow. So, oh, okay, never mind. Retired in the pits. False alarm, false alarm.
Yeah, Wet Wizard has retired from the session.
Chubb looking for a move into 130R. Goes to the outside quick, gets the move done. Now onto the back of Red Arrow. And then he'll be chasing Pablo with 10 laps left. If Red Arrow and Chubb fight here, and it gets to be more than 10 seconds. Well, actually, right now, Chubb and Red Arrow are going to have to gain about 1 second a lap to catch Pablo.
Yeah, that's a lot of time for Chubb to be making up.
What tires are Pablo on?
Pablo
He's on how old are they?
Let's see. He is on 5-lap-old medium. Chubb's on 5th-lap-old medium.
Yeah, Pablo is so happy right now. Williams, though, is the best constructor right now. Will be pulling away the most points, I believe. No, I think Pablo might carry AlphaTauri to first. I'm not sure the math right now. Looks like we have
Pablo,
a yellow.
I believe will be carrying AlphaTauri to first.
It is Pablo's teammate. I thought it was Pablo for a second, but Pablo's teammate is off. Going to get back on the track safely. And Pablo is just gaining time. I think Pablo might be done or running away and thinking he has this win locked up.
Absolutely, and M1K has lost the DRS to Speedy Bullet, but guess who's putting the pressure on P2? Here comes Chubb. He had it under a second, lost a lot of time in Spoon. Now he's got to find that time back up as they're coming down this long straight towards 130R.
Chubb has really low downforce, letting him gain like 3/10 on that back straight. Since he doesn't have battery, it has to be low downforce. Because Red Arrow isn't blinking, he is. Let's see. He goes for the move right here into this turn. Seeing how much he gains. DRS open, tucking into the slipstream. Looking like it's not going to be close enough, but he's going to be within 2/10. Right on the back of Red Arrow now. Pablo, though, coming up to lap traffic. Lap traffic is ghosted, so Pablo should have no problem with it. The Mercedes of the lap car does go off, but...
Yeah, he's cutting some grass here just to get out of Pablo's way, but...
Good on him.
M1K is within a second of Speedy Bullet here. He's at 7/10. He's starting to put the pressure on, but Speedy Bullet has a lot more ERS than M1K does.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking down the field, Easy 10 looking for a move on a Gustavo to put himself up into P11. Gets the move done before the corner. Great move by him. Actually, Gru, the Haas, gets the move done as well on SR Racing.
Gru comes through, making a move on SR Racing.
Chubb gets on the grass. He loses it. He saves it a little bit, though. Chubb lost about 2 seconds to Red Arrow. Does Speedy get back in DRS of Chubb?
That is definitely going to help out Red Arrow here. Is at 60% battery left as Chubb is still blinking down at 3%.
ASAP Loggy 5-second penalty, speeding in the pit, probably putting on sauce to go for fastest lap. That's unfortunate. M1K
like
gets a 3-second penalty.
Oh no, that's...
M1K gets a speeding penalty too.
Compounding problems. Unfortunate. Okay,
what just happened there?
Penalties.
I think M1K just... I'm actually not even sure. He was on mediums. He could have made it.
Absolutely. Definitely could have made it to the end, but Chubb, he did get a little loose off of 18 now, coming through the S's. And he's trying to find some time on Red. At 1.3 seconds. Red Arrow's not using any of his battery here at the moment. He's going to try and defend
We
Chubb.
have a yellow. Chubb's teammate, Electric Entree, spins in the S's. We're not going to worry
Very
about that, though.
unfortunate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunate
Electric
for him.
Entree's had a rough night tonight
Yeah,
here
absolutely.
at Japan. Let's see here. Chubb is starting to close
Electric
that gap.
Entree. Oh, okay, never mind.
Ooh. Oh, 10 second. Here
Yeah.
comes Chubb. Under a second now on Red Arrow. Oh, Red Arrow better of an exit through Spoon, but here comes Chubb. He's gaining
The two
under
Williams
9/10 now.
are in a great spot here. If Chubb and Red Arrow get into a battle, Speedy and maybe even Bullet could catch up for maybe, or Speedy and Nick could catch up here. We got another yellow. It looks like Electric Entree. He's just having a rough night right here. I assume he'll probably bring it in and maybe retire.
Here comes Chubb using the DRS down the
Chubb
start
gonna
finish
look for a
straight.
move down the
Closing, goes to
inside.
side, completes the pass for the final for P2. Red Arrow has dropped, but Red Arrow has 54% battery.
Yeah, it's
So
not
Red
looking
Arrow's
good for
looking
Chubb.
to hopefully
I don't know,
use,
though.
yeah, Chubb's gaining here.
I think you would think since Chubb has a lot of straight line speed, Red Arrow would be a lot quicker through the corners than Chubb, but Chubb's really pushing it right here.
Yeah, Chubb's got his car on the edge of the track all the way through at each and every lap, trying to gain time. He
But-
might get a good exit off of turn 11, which would put him back over a second and take Red Arrow out of DR.
To look ahead, though, Pablo almost 10 seconds ahead. Chubb's going to have to get about 1.5 seconds a lap to even catch him on the last lap. So Pablo's shown an amazing race tonight. Almost no faults, no penalties. Knock on wood. Hopefully he can bring it home. Looks like Gustavo on the back of Gru. This is really the closest battle right now. Now after Red Arrow dropped out of DRS at Chubb.
A lot of time. He's got 50% battery, so I'm not exactly sure why he's not using any of it to put on the pressure for Chubb Tucker.
Yeah. Maybe he's saving. Yeah, I'm actually not sure. Good point there. Because you'd want to be close and stay in DRS. If he stays in DRS, he could save more battery than what he's doing right now. So I'm not really sure what's happening, but nobody is within DRS of anybody right now on tracks. Very spread field.
Yeah, Red Arrow is really struggling through the S's. I wonder if he's running a less downforce setup compared to some of these other folks. I do know if you have a little higher of a downforce and you get a great exit out of like Spoon or even Casio Triangle, you put that throttle down early, you can actually gain time down the straight before a guy with less downforce actually starts to gain on you. So it's really a matter of putting the setups in correctly, getting practice in, and being consistent. And it looks like Chubb might be the most consistent in regards to pace-wise, but Pablo's been the most consistent in making the fewest mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. Pablo, I just can't say it enough. Pablo's had a great race tonight. Yeah, it's looking great for him at AM3 if he keeps this up. Hoping for good battles between Pablo, Chubb, and Red Arrow. Maybe even the Williams boys coming in. Unfortunate for M1K, though, to have that late penalty and late speeding and pit penalty. Chip with the 3-second penalty, not talking about penalties.
Nick AC30 is actually starting to close up onto his teammate Speedy Bullet here. He's less than a second now, so his teamwork going to come into play. But
no battery for Nick,
Nick
though.
AC, yeah, he only has 5% battery as teammate Speedy Bullet has 30%, so there's kind of a difference there. Let's see if I don't really know. I mean, some people like to have in their car, some people like to have very little just to be able to find time. They burn all of it.
Yeah. Looks like maybe Chubb's teammate might come into play and maybe give him DRS on coming laps to maybe help him further pull away from Red Arrow and secure a P2. He is gaining, though.
Oh no! Electric entree just spun it off a spoon.
Oh,
He's having a very rough go today. So that's not going to help out Chubb at all.
and he was just disqualified.
Yeah,
Unfortunate for
unfortunate
Entree.
for him.
Speedy Bullet now dropping out of DRS of his teammate. Looks like maybe, never mind, that's a lap car behind M1K. Yeah, top five is really spread out besides the both two Williams boys.
Yeah, the two Williams boys are running extremely strong tonight. I mean, they had a great qualifying session, put both of their cars, I believe, in the top five. And now they're just on pace for good points, give themselves a good start in constructors.
Yeah, if they keep
The
it like
AlphaTauri
this,
team.
they're going to be bringing home 22 points. AlphaTauri, 25 points just from Pablo alone. His teammate, unfortunately, is last of the running field right now in 17th. But fair play for him for finishing it out.
Absolutely. We don't have anybody extremely close. The only thing I can see is Gru is starting to close up to Easy 10 in P11 and 12.
Yeah, let's see if Guru can. Easy 10 does have a penalty. If Guru just stays behind, he will jump Easy 10 as of now.
And Gru gained a lot of time down that main straight through the S's. He was just at a second, now he's at a half a. So Gru is finding some time on top of Easy 10. He's using a little bit of that battery, under 20% for sure.
Yeah. Oh, red arrow, 3-second time penalty. Nick AC maybe seeing that. He is just about 1.5 seconds outside of red arrow's penalty zone. Hoping maybe he can use some battery. What's the battery differential between red arrow and Nick AC?
Nick AC has 11% and Red Arrow has 51%.
Okay. So red arrow might be clear here unless we have a mistake from him. But
absolutely.
Definitely got lucky.
Elite wants to know if you're willing to pull up tires.
Tires? Yeah, absolutely. Find the right button. There it is for
And
you.
Gru is about to make a move on Easy 10 here down this main start finish straight. Gonna get the DRS, opens it up now.
Nick AC actually does have the oldest tires on the grid though. Yeah, while we watch Gru maybe go for a move on Easy 10. Going for it into turn one. They touch. Easy
I don't
10.
think they touched. I think
they not?
still put a piece of paper in between them. I think Easy 10 got
really
a little
tight.
spooked.
They banged each other.
They were extremely close there going into turn 1 and 2. Looked like Gru slowed down a little bit to make sure Easy 10 was okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oldest tires on the field are Nick. M1K is on those 5-lap old softs that he unfortunately got a penalty for. I don't think it'll hinder him too much though, based off where he'll finish. It's going to be unfortunate because he could get 6th here, but that penalty is going to stop him from doing that.
Absolutely. You can go ahead and remove the tire grid. Elite was able to get all the information he needed. I guess. Must be engineering for somebody tonight. M1K is 0.8 off of Whitjay at the moment.
Yeah, looks like Easy caught back up to the back of Gru after his off-track moment. Maybe gonna try and go back for it on turn 1 of the penultimate, or last lap actually. Where did time go? This is the last lap.
I think we're on the penultimate lap.
Oh yeah, you're right. Penultimate
Yeah.
lap. Sorry.
Oh good. But Easy 10 is going to get the DRS off the exit of turn 18. He's got this long straight.
Gru blinking.
Is he going to make a move or...
Is he going to do it back to him? Yes, he is. Is Gru going to stay around the outside? He does.
Gru holds it around the outside.
Easy 10 backs out. Paulin now Pablo about to cross the line, coming through the Casio Triangle for the penultimate time. Pablo, almost 9-second gap to Red Arrow. Gotta be Chubb, sorry. Gotta be feeling great. There he is, starting the final lap right here. Go back to Easy 10 and Gru. This might be the battle right here.
Yeah, Easy 10 is all over the gearbox through as we're making our way up a hill through turn 10 into the hairpin of a... Gets a little loose, got a rear lock in there. And that cost him quite a bit of time off the S of 11. Now he's down to 1.4. He's heading towards 1.5 seconds off the back, so he's got to find a half a second for the last lap.
Oh, we had a spin, and it was Pablo Play's teammate. I really thought it was Pablo for a second.
I did too.
That really scared me. Pablo, though, probably just thinking, bring it home now. You can give up 8.5 seconds if you want and still win.
Absolutely, Pablo's got a great race tonight. No mistakes from him. Put that car up in the front and has not looked back since then.
The closest battle now is between the two Williams boys. Probably just going to think, bring it home, bring home great points for the team, put themselves second place in the constructors after race 1 of the season. Can't be much more mad than that.
Absolutely, and Pablo's coming through 130R for the final time tonight in contest of speed AM3 into Casio Triangle.
Bring it to the wall, Pablo.
Here comes Pablo to come across the line.
And he does it. Gets in there, Pablo. Pablo wins the first race of AM3.
Absolutely, Pablo gets his first win of the season, and Chubb manages to bring the car home in P2. Red Arrow round podium. Got Nick AC 30 in P4 and Speedy Bullet P5. Whit J coming around Casio Triangle now. He's going to cross the line in 6th. M1K, not exactly sure what's going on with him. His car is ghosted, just to let everybody know. Chipman down into...
I think he's out of fuel. M1K out of fuel, crossing the line. Stays in P7, though. Luckily for him, Chipman crossing the line now, bringing it home in P8. Paulin, his teammate of M1K, jumps up to P7 after the penalties are applied. Alfa Romeo 7-8. Not bad for them.
Absolutely.
Looks like
gains
Chip
10
and
places and gets the final point paying position on the grid. So Zenke started P20 and finished P10.
3 teams with both their drivers in the top 10, and both the teams finished right one after each other in the standings. That's nice to see. Gru just barely misses out on points. Gustavo P12, Easy 10, 13th, SR10 in the Red Bull, or SR Racing in the Red Bull. Angel P15 in the Alpine, ASAP Loggy 15th, and can't remember who was, or the AlphaTauri. What was his name? I'm sorry. Rounding it out.
The last one?
Yeah, Arc. Arc. Zenke with the driver of the day. Zenke actually started last after his unfortunate 5-place grid penalty in quali that he could not control. Finishing in the points. Great drive by Zenke. Gotta be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe we're doing post-race
Yeah, you want to do interviews?
I can do them, or you can do them.
We can both ask some questions.
We'll both ask questions.
Who's our if you want to invite him, or actually I'll have to invite him, but Pablo,
we got
P1
Pablo Chubb
winning the first race of COS AM3. Great race by him. Chubb actually taking home fastest lap, so he will pull in 19 points for McLaren. Red Arrow rounding out the podium. Red Arrow did get a podium in the preseason race, so he's got to be pretty happy with it. Did get a 3-second though. Nick AC 4th, Speedy Bullet 5th, Whit J, Paul and M1K, Chipman and Zenke round out the top 10. The Aston Martins both started pretty far down the field, both getting points. They got to be pretty happy with that. Gru 11th, Goose 12, Easy 13th, SR Racing 14th, Angel 15th, Loggy 16th, Unkempt 17th, Wizard, Shorzy, and Electric Entree round out the 20 drivers that we had on the grid. But yeah, that was a great race right there.
Yeah, that was a fantastic race by the AM3. Had a couple virtual safety cars, no full safety cars. Great action packed throughout the entire race. I know it got a little boring towards the end due to separation between most of the drivers, but penalties made it interesting.
Let me get these guys in here. Pablo, Chubb, and Red Arrow. Alright, let's see if these guys join. As always. Let's see if we can get these guys in for you. There we go. Chubb, welcome in.
Hey, what's up?
Red Arrow in. Nice. I think Pablo doesn't have a mic if I do remember. But
Okay.
That figures.
yeah. We'll start with you, Chubb. How was the race in your eyes? What could you have done better if you think you could have done better?
Well, I mean, first of all, Zach and Andrea set me up with a great car. I mean, it was fast. I mean, literally flying from the get-go. I mean, you saw that in time trial. I wish that I would have, not made a rookie mistake, obviously there, shout out to Oscar. But during the virtual safety car and not sped, but I was trying to catch Nick at that moment and just got a little too hot to trot, a little too quick, and that's one thing I'd go back and change because I think that I had this one bagged if you know put in a lot of practice on this track and saw that it was the first race of the year, and I don't know, it just kind of fit my eye. But yeah, that's what I would change.
Yeah, absolutely. The virtual safety cars though did seem to be a big issue of the entire race for everybody. Like I think there was about 10 drive-throughs throughout the entire field. Did you guys just not get a good enough warning that it was ending, or just people
No, no,
weren't
it
really
would it
paying
would say
attention?
that it was like getting ready to go green, but then like so I would start to like speed up just a little bit and I almost got it on the first one too, but then the second one it just barely my delta like I mean it barely ticked over and I was just trying to like teeter on that edge whereas I should have just stayed under, like well under and not had to worry about it.
Yeah, Chubb, that was a great race by you. Unfortunately, through put you, kind of hindered your result. And it looked like some traffic got in your way, but through, um, it seemed to be that Pablo was still maintaining that gap ahead of you. Were you just kind of backed off and settled in for P2 at that point, or was he just having
Yeah,
more pace?
it was about lap 24, 25. I think it was one of those right there that I lost it coming into one a little bit and started to spin. And at that moment, I realized that it's just not worth it trying to catch him. So I put it on cruise control and started tweeting at that moment. So I was like, all right, we'll just sit back here and we'll play the Verstappen game and just chill out.
Well, that was a great result. So, congratulations on your P2 on the podium. Your speed is unmatched for Japan at the moment, so we will have to see how you do next week. But I'm looking forward to seeing some more races.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I can't tell you that it's going to be like that every week. I've put in a lot of practice on this one, but don't expect that every week. Expect some weeks it's not going to be that fast, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be up there.
Yeah, congrats on the P2 again.
Thank you.
Johnny, you want to start off with the first question for Arrow?
Absolutely, Red Arrow. I got one very important question for you. Um, Chubb, late in the race, he was overtaking you, and he had less than 10% battery, and I noticed sitting around 50%. Did you just not want to battle him at that point? Wanted to kind of get to the end for P3?
Yeah, I was just trying to survive at that point. I saw the orange missile behind me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna really risk it trying to battle him. Tried to play the long game. I have the tire offset. You know, I had the hards at that point, and they have mediums, and they put on the mediums pretty early. I think around lap 12. So I had 15 laps to go. So I was hoping they would fall off, but you know, it just didn't work out. So I wanted just to bring it home in P3 for a pretty good result. I got spun out early in one of the virtual safety cars. So
Yeah, how did you?
I mean, oops.
Sorry about that. You can finish. You can finish.
Oh, you're good. You're good. We're still kind of getting used to each other. Um, Congratulations on your P3 there. You know, it was a great race by you. Minimized your mistakes as much as possible. Just took it home for some good solid points. So congratulations on P3.
thank you, thank you. Just congrats to Pablo for first league race. I know he won Bahrain, but first official league race. And Chubbs, I mean, I'm gonna call him the Orange Missile from now on, from how he performed in Japan.
You know what? I
Yes.
might actually trademark that or change it, because I like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you had me scared on 130R. I'm like, I just got to get out of the way.
Well, I mean, you were right. Like those mediums did start to fall off, and that's why you were actually starting to catch me there towards the end because I couldn't push at all. Like it was basically survival.
Yeah, and I just wanted to bring it home. I didn't even realize until maybe the last corner of lap 27. And I'm like, I had you under like 3 seconds. I'm like, okay, I caught him somewhat.
Yeah, you were those last 3 laps especially. I mean it. Oh man, it just I couldn't hardly hold the car. Like I was like basically letting off every corner.
Sorry about that, you guys.
No, all good. I
I don't
mean,
know.
I really don't have I don't really have a question for you, Red Arrow. I mean, it was pretty good all along. Besides that penalty that you got later in the race, but it didn't really seem to matter. But
Kind of frustrated. The only thing I really got frustrated on is that second virtual safety car. Whoever was in third at that time tapped me in the back and spun me out, got me straight to 11th after that. So I was just trying to like what is damage recovery? I don't know.
damage
Damage
limitation.
control.
Yeah.
Limitation, damage control at that point. So I'm happy with the P3.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, can't really be too mad with the podium after an unfortunate event like spinning. So, yeah, congratulations on the podiums, guys, and it'll definitely be interesting to watch you guys next week. I think in Netherlands, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Looking forward to that
Correct.
one.
Definitely be interesting. But congrats on the podiums, guys.
All right, thank
you, sir.
y'all. Appreciate y'all and everything that y'all do.
Likewise, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Contest of speed AM3. We just finished here at Japan. Congratulations to our podium finishers, Pablo Plays, Chubb, and Red top 3. Next week, AM3 will be taking on ZAM4 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Tuesday night, so don't forget to tune in for that. EU2 will be live tomorrow afternoon at 9 p.m. GMT, which I believe, if I'm correct, that's like 3 p.m. EST. And then AM2 will be live tomorrow night at 9 p.m. EST. And then you got EU1 on Thursday and AM1 Thursday night. In the meantime, I'm the Johnny Damon and Mindset, and we will see you all next week at Zambort. Have a great night, everybody.
Have a good one.